Ready?
Yeah.
And welcome back to another episode of Discipline Stoners. I'm your host, 11.
My name is Winnie,
and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today, whoa, how you doing?
Feeling chill, feeling relaxed. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so glad that you guys are catching us in this momentum. We just shot a great review for our homies at Irene.
Yeah.
And Winnie got home and she was at the yoga studio.
Yep.
And she was doing a photo shoot.
Yep.
And then she taught a class, which you have been doing a lot of lately.
Yep.
You are in the yogas, and you got to see your friends, and you came home, and I was hanging this up. We're diving right in here, guys, by the way. Hi, welcome back. Good to see you.
Hi.
And I was hanging this up, and I was, like, frustrated, and, like, Winnie got home, and she was, like, has chosen to be so offended. We are coming from different planets, and you are getting to catch us while both of our egos are inflamed. And we get to start an episode here. And I'm so glad for it because we are art. And the act of this podcast and the promise of mindfulness is to put ourselves on the cross. So let's see where we start and what we want to share and what comes out as we share. How you feeling?
Do you ever feel like this podcast is taking over our lives?
Kind of. But, like, not really in a bad way. Do you ever feel like anything you do is taking over your life? Like yoga, like all the time you spend there, like, which is great. But, like, everything everyone does takes over their life.
I know, but, like,
Rap
I'm just,
is
like,
taking over my life.
thinking right now, how many episodes are like this?
Where we
Like,
start.
this isn't our therapy session. Like, we're not just like, this is not what we came to do.
But basically, through trying to preach it, we have to adapt it. And basically, you are saying, I don't have the current maturity to accept me being in my ego. I refute this. That's the choice. So let's just talk about the obvious, is that you are a very different person in different circumstances. And when you come home and I'm not on that level of, like, chattiness and I'm, like, focused, you kind of have an issue with that. And,
no, I don't. You're making this up. Literally,
Okay.
You're making it up.
Well, then correct me if I'm wrong.
And
Tell
you're
me.
the one who freaked out.
That's right. So tell me.
I don't know. I got home. I think, like, part of me was like, is he upset that I stayed to teach a class? Like, I thought
that's been a point of contention lately, kind of. But, like, that's like, come on, we got to get over that. That's okay.
No, I know. I just, the way that you text back when you were like, haha, word. And then you were like, stack up or whatever.
Yeah, because it's like you get paid to teach yoga.
And, you know, yeah, for sure.
So you took that as me being not okay with you teaching class?
I didn't know. I was like, because I've seen you here, like, be pissed, and you use the words ha-ha when you're communicating. But you're pissed, but you're saying ha-ha. So a lot of times when I see you say ha-ha after I tell you something that, like,
No.
I feel you might not like because of whatever reason, I'm like, oh, is he ha-haing? Like, oh, she's, like, doing this again.
I feel like lately you've been a little defensive about your yoga.
I have been.
Because
yeah.
you feel like I'm attacking it because you think that I feel like it's taking away from your focus on the pod or something.
Yeah, something
Or
like that.
It reverses your entrepreneurialism somehow or something. I don't think that's even an accurate read on my position on it. Like, honestly, like...
Tell me, then, what is your position on it?
Well, I just want you to believe in yourself. And if being the best yoga teacher in the world and leading that community is what you want to do when you believe in yourself, then that's fucking right on. I love that. I think you do a great job there. Does our energy align in the highest form when you are, how do I put this, engaged in the behavioral patterns that best suit that scenario? Probably not. Like, That's so too cute. So, Ralph, that's so cute. He's doing this thing that he does in our production bag right now.
But he's sitting underneath his sister, which he's not done before.
So cute. So yeah,
Sorry.
I think that there is like a natural, accidental competition that has happened, which seems like is like a funny pattern, like and like mental thought between like other parts of your life and me. Sometimes I think there's like a point of contention. It's just brutally raw and like honest. Like that's cute, dude, too. But no, I am happy that you did that. And I said like, haha, word, because, well, one, when I got that message, I was just wrapping a song I was recording. And when you actually said you were teaching class because she was doing a photo shoot for the studio, I was kind of like, cool, because I needed some more time. Like I reorganized our wall, and that I was on my own challenging mountain. And like when I believe was making some assumptions about how my communication, while brief and concise with her, is not my normal. So, but I'm just like holding up pictures. And then you said that you taught the class because someone got in a bike accident?
Yeah.
Like a bad one or just a little one?
Just a little one.
So then that's what I assumed. And I'm just like, oh, word. Like, you know, I don't know. It wasn't haha funny. It was like, that's an interesting circumstance. Like, haha, like, so you should be teaching a class because, so this should be the turn of events. You know what I mean? But yeah, how is she? How's Gloria? Good?
She's good. Yeah,
Good.
she's okay. Thank you.
But yeah, you truly have hit the ground running, especially in concern to yoga participation since we've been back, no?
Well, what you don't see, 11, is that when I take a week off in a month, so there's 4 weeks in a month generally, when I take a week off of teaching, I try to make that up by spreading those classes throughout the other 3 weeks. So I don't end up losing on any of the classes that I'm teaching.
Like income-wise?
Yeah.
Or is it because you're attached to a central system of the studio? I'd be forgetting that people are like part of a unit when they have jobs.
No, income-wise.
Income-wise. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's not like making up or helping anyone for any missed class or anything. It's cool. So you try to get, and I respect the hustle.
We're a team there.
That's why I said
not-
stack up. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
Stack up. I said that.
And it's not like yes, sometimes if someone has helped me out, yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
I will help them back out.
That's
and
what's up.
if they need help in the future and they haven't owed me one, yeah, I'll help them. Like there is a great community there.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, so I got quite sick and I had to take more time off than
shit, I forgot you got fucked up too.
I got fucked up.
Yo, you were sick for a minute.
Like 2 weeks.
So that's what the point of kind of conflict was when you came in, is you had made an assumption about what I felt about what you had just did.
I think I was probably coming in, with like a
preconceived idea.
yes, but like I wasn't admitting it to myself.
Right. No, and that's where I could see like there's definitely, we're just gonna have to move through this, and I hope that this lasts until we start the podcast so we can openly talk about it, which is always fun. But yeah, there's been some cool, exciting, interesting waves. Oh, sorry. Did you want to elaborate more on that and talk about your emotional state? You're still in it. You haven't really found a way out yet. Shit. The clarity kind of helps me like get past the emotional treachery of it.
That's good.
Yeah. So tell us how you feel then.
I feel pretty good right now in this moment.
Good, because I celebrate you and your yoga community. I mean, we're going to be talking about Camp Canada. We're going to be telling a lot of the yoga community about it.
I think that maybe we are we've been busy. Like we're working on Can Expo.
Like I worked on Can Expo when we were in Florida. Like we've been nonstop for months, and like it's pretty intense. And we're trying to do these Canna covers. We recorded one of these today.
I know, so fun. And I'm also trying to be an actor.
Right?
So I get
wanna see
auditions
that.
and I put time into them. And that takes time. So
The discipline is crazy.
So
the discipline is crazy with this one.
I think that perhaps we've been on different schedules and just busy, so we're not filling each other in as much as we normally do. And so there has felt like a disconnection the last few days. Am I completely out to lunch?
No,
think this?
you're totally right. I mean, that's what ultimately I realized when you came back from the studio today. When I looked at you, I'm like, oh, we are just operating on different planets.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people see and compliment us on our love and like our relationship. And like internally, sometimes you are like either ships in the night or pillars, and you are not always seeing eye to eye. Like whatever energy you are feeling and being that role, like when you like came in, like it's not who you assume the identity of while living here.
Well, do you ever think that maybe I adjust for you?
Well, then that's what I'm thinking. Like, is that the authentic you?
I think
Is
that
that
we're
not the-
allowed
is this-
to express differently, but it's not someone, I'm not being someone who like secretly I wish I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like it's maybe a little bit more like presentational.
All right, so you're not performing here. You are performing there. Okay, but no, you are.
I'm not saying
you're
that
participating.
that's what's
Winnie's
going on.
the biggest olive brancher in the world, and it's so sweet and it makes people feel safe. But yeah, it's not necessarily focused. And if I'm in here being a fucking hanging shit up, it's like just the function of existence clashes.
Maybe you're on one, bro.
Oh, I am 1000%.
Maybe you're the one who's going through a fucking thing, and you're on 10, and I haven't changed at all.
I would entertain that idea, and I'd love to see things from your perspective. That's delicious.
Been a fucking teeter-totter.
I have?
Yes.
How so? Like emotionally? I know, I'm trying to find stoicism.
Me too.
I'm trying every single day.
I think that I haven't been a teeter-totter also.
And here, I've been trying to outwardly work through it. I've been like telling you if like a trigger comes up and like trying to explain like why I may be more sensitive, because like I'm actively doing like very difficult work that like requires like shutting some voices up so you can look at things objectively. And then so it's like that will bring you to a place where you're like a little more like not agitated, but like let's just everything go smooth.
I was chewing and he looked at me and he said, "Can you please give me a break?" and touched his ear.
I needed to listen to the wall. That's not going to make a lot of sense to a lot of people. But I have a special sense with sound. And I'm a sensitive boy. And in general, if you're a sloppy eater and there's not like music on or something to drown it out into, I will fucking, oh my God. Oh my God. And you're not that bad of a slut. You're not a sloppy eater, really. You just like are a normal eater.
I thought you said slut at first.
Slutty eater. It's what it sounds like.
I thought you
It
said,
sounds like you're sucking a cock when you fucking slurp your food,
I thought
okay?
you said you're...
Stop living like you're in a fucking stable and close your mouth when you eat, you pig. What the fuck? Not you. I'm saying in general. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that right there. And you're right. I'm on one and I'm full of fire.
Oh my God. I thought he was joking.
I'm not.
That's why I was laughing.
But I am joking, you know? I am and I'm not. Here's the other thing I learned when I was in Asia. It's polite. But I can tell the difference to when someone's doing it because the food's delicious and they're like doing it polite and then just being like unkempt. You should fix your fucking jaw, bro. Like suck that food in, you know? Enjoy the flavor.
You're not much of a slut.
I'm not?
No.
I am for you.
I know.
I think you're very nice and beautiful. I tell you every day.
I know. We always get back to here. So it's like I think we're taking it less seriously or like moving through it without having to have like meltdowns in it.
It doesn't need to go there.
But we're just like both bit of dicks to one another. Like we're dickish to one another sometimes.
I guess so.
And fuck, we've been going through a moment where we're being dicks to one another.
Yeah. Why is that?
Fuck, That's what I said. I think it's probably because
It's important to turn towards it. I know that. Don't turn away.
I think it's just that we've maybe been disconnected or felt disconnected or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Winnie is get up at 5 every day almost. And then if I say anything like that, she takes it as a personal shot towards like, you're at the yoga studio too much. I'm not. I'm just saying the framework of our day is different because what you focus on, you are. I knew that. I know that when I used to have early mornings. And it's good. You can get your brain going, but it depends what roles you play there. It depends what type of thinker you are. And I am definitely on one. Like, I am trying to max out my output right now. I'm trying to learn right now. Like, I've been like reading a lot of negotiation books. Like, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn how to serve the best. I'm trying to learn how to like be of the value that I perceive I want to receive. And so I'm trying to bring my vibration up to a point where that feels natural to have that much of an output. And that requires like prioritizing clarity and like trying to, you know, add momentum towards what I desire or what I would prefer to feel while remaining in that feeling state and waiting for reality to join me. So it's just like fucking, there's not much room for much else, you know? Like, I can't entertain the idea of being something else and this. And when you say, like, has a podcast taken over our life? It's like, yeah. Like, for me, like, fucking yeah. But, like, isn't that the best thing ever?
I mean, when we're using it every week to just yell at each other until we feel better about it.
We're not yelling at each other. We're fucking bearing our souls so people can see that we have to sludge through the mud too. That it's not just matching outfits and fucking baller contracts all day.
And really good sex.
Really good sex, and no matter what. And even though we've been fighting, we have prioritized really good sex. I appreciate you. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to. You got to connect in that way. It's another form of expression.
We're going on 17 years.
Yeah, that's fine. That's humans keep track. They count years.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like a cool thing, though.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely something to be celebrated. But again, I've gotten this Winnie for a couple years. And then, like, there was another Winnie before that.
Very many
and, like,
different
another
Winnies.
Winnie before that. And you got,
very many different ones to come.
You got so many 11s back that there's a name change.
Yeah.
You got a Evan Giovanni at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. Giovanni.
You got this kid doing stand-up and this kid doing runway modeling. And then, like...
That's what we thought our strengths were. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty.
And, like, I'm pretty sure I'm funny. Yeah. Well, let's go to the promised land and strut our stuff.
I think that's what everyone told us, too.
Yeah, that was interesting. Now you are a comedian and I'm a rapper.
That feels better.
And we're both writers. At the end of the day, sometimes I have a zoom out of this household and like I imagine different things, like either people watching us or just like the screenplay of our life. And like we're so caught in the drama of our lives that we don't see it. But there's fucking like miracles taking place all the time. You're writing like a screenplay over there. I'm writing a song over here. We're like jamming about we call them reels right now, but basically they're like little scenes with like conceptual commentary on them. Like we're constantly like drifting creative ideas and writing. We're just writing. I literally write books. You literally write screenplays, and you cracked open your screenplay now.
Did you read the sketch that I text you?
Yeah, it's the one that you were
working
out. Yeah, good job.
It's gonna be so funny.
Yeah. So that's amazing. And like we overlook the little miracles like all through our day, not just like the cup of coffee you can walk and get fresh, but like what you're doing is fucking amazing. And I am just a slut, like when he said, for that magic little creative clitoris. When I feel God through what I'm doing, I never get distracted by humans now. To the point where Winnie and I have this constant conversation going where I'm like, you can't let negative people drag you down. And she's like, you got to make space for them and let them talk to you. And I'm like, this is our ongoing disagreement in a philosophical sense. And I think that really draws people together. That's a spark in our flame. That's like a spiritual kind of connection, is our debate. Like, it is actually part of this. Like, coming from different sides on something, but having the maturity to withstand and continue to discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And explore the
feelings. It would be harder to do that with people that you're not fucking.
1,000%. I don't think I would.
So that's like, I want to inspire people to do that as much as possible in all relationships.
Why would it be worth it unless it's a business relationship or a fucking relationship? Like a friendship? Do you fight for friendship? Yeah, you do fight for friendships.
Like, challenged and like...
Yeah, how far does the discomfort of being challenged warrant itself?
I don't know.
Like, where's the progress marker?
Yeah, I don't know. Because you start thinking about different people in your life, and every situation is so vastly different that it's not a one-size-fits-all type thing.
Yeah, nothing is. It rarely is. Man, I'm going to drive across the country with my mom.
I know. We were talking about it, and she's so sweet.
She's so cute.
She's like, do you think we'll be okay? I'm like, of course I think you'll be okay. I'm like, I think there's going to be challenging moments. Like, I'm not going to lie to either of you.
Yeah, 3 days
in. Can't spend a couple hours together without fucking screaming at one another.
We've been practicing, though.
You have been practicing. Last night. Yeah.
I've been crying, like, just like late at night. This has always been a thing ever since I've been a kid. I get like sad when I go to sleep, and I don't want to let go of the day I just had, because I'm aware that was a mini life. In the snapshot of your existence as a human, when you were, say, I started to have these feelings around like 4, 7. Say it was a 7. I'll never have a day where I go to the pool when I'm 7 just like that again.
Ever.
It is a day. You'll never have a day like today. Like you just had, whatever age you are, wherever you are. If you think about it, like that is a little miracle of a slice of a life and a snapshot of an existence. And you just proceeded as though it was like another one. So like when I'm going to bed, I'm like slowly being dragged into the abyss of time, into darkness, because you have to close your cognitive being, because these machines that we have on rental, these organic living machines,
I think this
need it.
And I think this becomes very like apparent in your 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like 33 and onward, I think is sort of the first time, because in your 20s, man, time is like, you're busy, like you're so busy, like you're hustling and you're busy,
yeah.
But like you also have time to party with your friends.
I'm busy,
like,
but call me.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, don't call me.
It's so, yeah, your 20s are such a wonderful, chaotic time, and you think that you're going to get to some place in your 20s. Like you're like, oh, I have time to get to some place where I think I will feel better. And then when you hit your 30s, I'm in my mid-30s now, 11's on his way.
I'm on my way over here.
You realize that there is no more time to wait to get to some place over there. There is no over there. It's just right here, right now.
It's always just right here. And like you get to enjoy that present moment. The thing that you're trying to run away from is closer to the end of your life. I believe, from having older friends, which is sick that I do, they're like, that is the thing. That present okayness is the thing. Like,
but we're fighting against so much programming where it's like, oh, you should, what's your 5-year goal, your 10-year goal? What does your life look like?
Stay in the future so you remain anxious.
I don't disagree, but
think about the past so you remain depressed.
Yeah, in the present moment, that's a lot of pressure. And having this sort of like
Who am I? Who am
existential
I?
thought, though, at the end of the night, like we can't expect everyone to have the capacity, time, or privilege to cry at the end of the night. Like people,
I'm not preaching this. I'm admitting that I'm crying.
I know, and I think that's wonderful. I'm just saying that sometimes people need to put guards up in their life
Don't
because
weaken
there
them.
are
Don't
responsibilities
don't
that they
enable.
need to.
Don't enable.
I
You're
don't know.
enabling.
I don't know. I
You-
don't know.
You weaken them.
We've lived such different lives
You're
these last 16 years. Like, you've been practicing this for the last 16 years. I've been
don't
in the
make me-
job force for the last 16 years. So I just have
Don't
a
make
perspective.
me. Don't have the God complex thing. Don't make me better. Don't make anyone better than anyone else. It doesn't matter where you're
No,
coming from.
I'm not saying that
Everyone
you're better.
can
I'm
do
saying
it.
that you've been practicing for longer.
Yeah.
So that there needs to be some type of you need to give people transition time.
People.
And like I think you're at a place where you're acknowledging that you were once where other people are, so you can tell them, here's a shortcut. Let me tell you what I'm doing right now, because I know where you were and I was there. So if you now just trust me and implement it right now, you're going to surpass me even potentially. So, but
It's kind of true.
yeah, they can't hear
There's
it
truth to
though
that.
in the way that you give it sometimes.
Write in the comments if you can receive it the way I give it sometimes.
That was another nice thing that you said today. I wasn't ready to receive you or something when I came
When
home.
you came in, I was like, I was not in the right capacity to receive you. I did not intend to receive you like that. As you come home, I'm always such a good host. How do you complain with the great cooking?
Oh my God, he had this delicious
The cooking has been out of this world lately.
chicken sandwich ready for me when I got home, and I haven't eaten, so I really enjoyed that.
You're also, so I know you're exhausted a little bit too, and you're working off steam because you're still in presentatious mode, but you're so hungry. I'm like, sit down and eat, my child. Like, come on in, But I was not that. I didn't have my Mother Teresa cloak on where I'm like, here, have some food, where I usually am. And all my friends will know. And she's definitely the dinner on the table at 5 when I get home type partner. And I'm definitely the hot housewife that will do that and loves to do that. But this time I was being the manic, let's get this fucking jersey up. And then I was worried that it wasn't the right size nail, because it's not. But then like Winnie accidentally attacked my insecurities by plainly pointing this out and throwing doubt on it, but I'm far too stubborn to quit, so I just fucking got it up, and she ended up holding the bottom of it later, and I put far too much expectation on her to understand the situation as soon as she walked in. But I figured that like I moved all the pictures around, which was a lot of work. And I'm glad that I did it because it needed to be done, because every time I'd sit and look at the wall, I'm like, this is fucked up. Some of these spaces, and it's still not perfect, but I'm like, it's kind of fucked up.
It's cool.
But it's cool because it seems like a crazy person did it. And you're not wrong. But anyway, I got the motherfucker up. The 11, had to get it up. I got 2 Mark Messier cards and a signed Mark Messier jersey right there. Holler at your boy.
So
Big time. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make some more good food tonight. We'll probably have some good sex if we feel like it. It's raining outside.
Well-
you don't have to teach any more yoga tonight, do you?
there's a lot of love here.
A lot of love.
That's why we keep going.
You mean you'd be nice to me?
Okay.
Okay.
That's why we keep going. Can I tell you something?
Can I tickle you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, tell me the same time.
You want me to tell you as you're tickling? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many breaths per minute do you think a human takes on average? A healthy adult, how many? I know the answer. So
40.
Per minute?
Yeah.
Breaths, inhales and exhales? 40?
Or I guess 20 in, 20 out.
Okay, so 20. 20 full breaths. Inhale, exhale.
Like 40.
Okay. No, it's between 12 and 22.
What?
So the average.
In a minute?
So the average of that, okay, we'll take as 15. Now, if
Where is this research from?
let me finish the story.
Sorry, she's a
Okay.
leftist. She doesn't challenge research studies.
So if on average us humans take 15 breaths per minute, how many breaths are we taking in a day? You can do some calculations. You would do 15 times 60, right? And then times 24. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Let's just do that on the phone right now.
Because it's so per minute, which is 60 seconds, so then there's 60 minutes in an hour and 24 in a
times
day.
60 times 24 is 21,600. Now, nautical miles.
You keeping all those breaths for yourselves? That's 21,000 breaths. It's all for you.
Nautical miles describes the distance between latitude, longitude. That's not for sure the definition, but that's what's going on. The circumference of our Earth, how many nautical miles do you think the circumference of our Earth is?
Fuck off.
21,637. So we are matching our breathing pattern with the movement of our planet.
Macro, micro. What is above is below. Hermetic law number 4. Polarization. What is above is below. Wow.
So my Uber driver told me that today. He was the best. He hit me with some great knowledge.
Yeah. How did this interaction go?
I got in. He was like, "Are you having a good day?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, I somehow was like, oh, do you like riding your bike outside? And I was like, I love riding my bike. Maybe he saw my helmet.
I didn't know. Okay, I was just gonna say that's a wild guess out of nowhere.
And I was like, I love it. I ride my bike all the time. I was like, I'm actually treating myself to an Uber right now, but like I normally ride my bike. And then he was like, do you like to travel? And I was like, I love to travel. And he's like, have you been far? And I was like, I've only been to Europe. Not only, but like that's as far as I've gone. And he was from India. And I was like, I would love to go to India. And
oh, he loved that.
he was like,
You were like an Indian boy's dream.
he was a lovely, like, 49-year-old
I'm just
man.
saying, no, I got the Indian homies. I'm just saying the blonde, blue-eyed thing is like.
And he was like, I don't want that to discredit this story at all.
Sorry, go ahead.
And he was like, oh, well, like, do you like hot or cold places? I was like, hot. And he was like, okay, you need to go to southern India in December and January. That's when it's super hot.
Nice.
And then we somehow from there, he's like, oh, like you have to choose why you're going to India. Like it could be for spirituality. It could be a food tour. It could be something else that was awesome. And I was like, can I do all those things in one? And we somehow got onto breath. And he told me that he was like, he started that way too. He's like, how many breaths do you think a person takes in a minute?
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then it was sick.
Just how did you get onto breath? Breath is a great conversation. I feel like the awareness of breath is so rare.
Yeah.
Like you don't even realize you're doing it.
Because we got onto spirituality and he was like, India in the Himalayas, it's very mysterious. And he's like, there's yogis up there that slow down their breath. So I don't know no one knows how old they are because they've slowed down breathing, which like I guess helps you live longer like a turtle.
Totally. Whoa. Yeah. Slow down the pace.
Yeah. And take less oxygen.
I think there's a lot about age regression and staying alive for longer than humans are, like, available that we're just not really tapping into. And I think, yeah, those cats in the mountains have like figured out a way to do it organically.
Because apparently they eat very, very little.
Yeah.
They wear very little to nothing, sometimes in snowy conditions. Like they're
In India, there's snow?
yeah, yeah. I know, that's what I said.
Cool.
In the Himalayas, there's snow.
Is that where the pink Himalayan salt comes from?
I don't know.
We went to Costco. That was fun. Cool. Congrats on your great Uber learnings.
Yeah, thank you. And now I got to share it with all of you.
We went to Costco. Don't you love Costco?
I love it. And like these samples are back full force.
Yeah.
They've even, I think, doubled down on the samples. They're like, we were out of samples for so long. Let's get samples on every corner.
Yeah, I love that. And you can go walk around the store and kind of have like a mini lunch.
For sure.
And they took away the good samples sometimes, like before, and now the good ones are back.
Hot stuff is coming back.
Hot stuff and like pierogies and like cheese and like that like fake Nutella.
And you can just get as many. They won't limit you.
Yeah, remember they used to be like one a person, and now I'm just like cool, and I grab one for winning each. Sometimes she'll take it, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes I get two and like go back and I'll get like another two.
Did you know that 11 and I worked inside of a Costco at a Van Hoot coffee booth activation?
On the corner there.
Giving people coffee.
Van Hoot went through John Casablanca's models who we were signed to in Vancouver, and we would do like brand ambassador jobs for. Back then, it was a good kind of way into contracting, like, you know, being kind of an entrepreneur through your performance, but more on like a job gig basis. And that was kind of a fun way into understanding how to leverage performance talent, because basically we got put on the floor as like salesmen. If we worked for the company, the commissions would have been lit.
Yeah.
And we were there to like start in the morning, so we got to actually see how it felt to like work at a Costco, even though we didn't have to work for Costco.
And we didn't have a Costco membership when we were in there, but I think we had one by the time we left.
Because it's so good, and it's like it was a gift from the universe. In my early 20s, that was like, it's sweet, Ralph. That's like, I was curious about Costco, and I got to spend a bunch of like free time in there.
Yeah.
Well, I was getting paid for it, which is cool.
And at that time, you'd leave Costco having spent like $200.
Yeah, and it was like, geez, that's a big grocery bill, but it'll last me 2 weeks or a week.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what did we drop the other day? 6. Anyway,
memory is so interesting because I remember that Van Hoot activation, but I specifically remember one interaction that I had with a woman who took some coffee, and this woman's hair was out of control. It was thick. It was blonde. It was like perfectly round. It was so beautiful.
Damn.
And I was just like, I just have to tell you that you have amazing hair. And she was an older woman, and I was in my head, I was literally like, fuck, how do I get that hair, you know? And then she like leaned over and she was like, I'm really self-conscious because it's a wig and you just made my day. And like, I was like, oh wow. Like I wouldn't even have thought like, and I don't know if I don't have eyes to spot wigs. I don't know if that's the case, but like there was nothing in me that thought it was
She
fake
told
hair.
you though.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And that has stayed with me for so long. And
The power of a compliment to make someone feel good.
yeah, it must have been like that, like her saying that to me must have made me feel so good that it's like stuck around in my memory all this time.
I had some good times there too, man. I used to hang out. I got to flex my salesman. You know, I think I wore like dress shoes sometimes. Definitely like a dress shirt. And you just like hang out. Like someone would pour the coffee and you were just there to like make the sale.
No, I poured.
Really?
Yeah, I always poured coffee. It was in those things. There's
I feel like I
vanilla.
let people do it themselves. I would just stand there and talk about it, and like I'd be pushing the bags in people's faces and like smell this, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Isn't that fucking crazy?" Like I was breaking so many rules, being so casual, and then sometimes I just walk up to someone's cart and put a bag right in, and they'd be like, "All right," like she'd come grab a bag and I'd in her face, and then like she'd take 2, and just like I was just like fucking selling these bags, and the guy from Van Hoot wanted to poach us, but he knew that it was poaching, so he didn't.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to hire us for sure, but then it's like, But coffee's cool, man. Coffee is cool. But yeah,
And
isn't that fucked up?
delicious.
We just had a shout out Barn Cat Genetics. We had some of your delicious coffee. Appreciate you, buddy.
Beautiful, robust beans.
You're making great creations this life. Congratulations.
Nice little kick
Yeah.
of energy.
What's been your favorite thing that we've been smoking on since we went to? We finally checked out Lifted Market. Puff Mama was there.
Yes.
Geez, what's the Master Tokes? Oh my gosh, so lovely to meet you. That was just
Great weed.
Great weed, so nice.
We got
Appreciate
creme
you.
brulee from them.
Yeah.
We got
Some
Mac at a very, very good price, in my opinion.
Yeah, shout out Master Tokes for that.
And we got, what was that last one? Cool Whip?
Mint Whip.
Mint Whip. And that was delightful as well. We've been smoking on some really great stuff.
You know what we puffing on? Light it up, it's hella bomb.
The jealousy, like, I can't help but shout it out. I only got a bud of it. That was a little couple weeks ago, maybe now, but
Because you were sick.
because I was sick. Yeah, so good. That double barrel Tenzo, so much fun.
Shout out Adele from Black Market.
Holy. This Mac that we got, though, Mac is such my strain. I love it. I love the Mac strain. Just straight up Miracle Alien cookies. That's all I want. I think a lot of people think of it as like a nice starter strain. And we talked about it and we were like, oh, it's kind of like the equivalent to golden teachers of mushrooms. Like, it's not going to be too crazy. It might not be a fan favorite for our like heavy everyday smokers. But for me, it is so euphoric, relaxing, functional, creative. Holy, though, creative. Like, you just want to follow your creative joy and heart on it. And you almost can't do anything else. That's how I feel on Mac. So very happy to have that from Master Tokes. And I need to find the other one to shout him out. That one's a little bit more dense for you, the
other
secondary Mac. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more earthy, more stanky, more danky, more cheesy.
Yeah.
It has more of those cheese dark notes that I like.
What has been one of your favorites?
I really like that Mac we were just talking about, honestly. Also, Master Tokes gave me some live resin. And those jet fuel gelato, I believe. So I've been putting that in joints. Like that mint whips, I think was really good. Yeah, the 1964 Blue Dream that you got was good.
I very much enjoy that.
We've also been smoking on the onion rings. I smoked that at night.
Yeah,
Onion rings from Muskoka.
the Blue Dream too is so great for cleaning. I don't know
But Frankie hooked me up with some frosted gas cake.
Oh
from
yeah,
the Drip,
that's
and
what
it's
we were
fucking-
smoking. Yes.
That. Shout out Frankie. The Drip is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was also smoking on some stuff that Ben gave me, like a Cap Junkie.
Yum.
Incredible. I love Ben's Cap Junkie. Holy shit. Like, so that's going to be in the Primo pack. Primo got his next run is fire. Gorgy. Your boy helped harvest some of it.
And Ben is literally at Spannabis right now.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Spannabis. We want to have a...
We want to come,
We're gonna
too.
do that. We're gonna do that. We should definitely link up with a brand and make a Spannabis happen.
But I saw that it was only 15 degrees Celsius.
It's cold, but it's a big cannabis gathering.
I know. Why not later in the year when it's warmer? Spannabis, I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that you should have a comment card section. Be hot.
Fair enough. You've been loving those rosin head edibles.
Yes.
The little cocoa things.
Well,
and this is not like
Not
sponsored or
sponsored
anything.
at
Just
all.
but like we fuck with these.
We fuck with them. They're the mint rosin chips, I think.
They're cocoa butter. You just put cocoa butter.
Yeah, they have 2 ingredients, cocoa butter and hash rosin. And they're 5 milligrams each. And I bought a little thing of 50 of them. That's 250 milligrams of THC. And you can share them with your friends or your loved ones.
And it retailed for like under $20.
No, that was under $30.
Oh,
but still totally worth it. Like, so good. High is so fantastic. It's light,
Yeah, but it's like just enough.
but great. Yeah. I've been
So we're just
popping
talking about it.
I've been popping them in first thing in the morning at 5 a.m. when I've been waking up because honestly, it's hard not to be grumpy in the morning.
Yeah.
And that 5 milligrams just like turns it all around for me.
Love that. Yeah, it really does. It helps. I'd also like to get back into microdosing psilocybin in chocolates in the morning.
See.
Thank you very much for making me a cappuccino this morning, Winnie.
You're welcome.
That's very nice.
I said I would.
Yeah, I couldn't remember as I was going to sleep. I'm like, was that tomorrow or is that Sunday? I'm like, regardless, I'll find out. And then when you offered me, I was like, yes. And then I drank half of it and went back to sleep.
Good for you.
I used to feel guilty, you know?
You can't.
There's a part of being an artist and growing into an entrepreneur before you learn to like book contracts and just like whatever, that you like feel guilty because you feel like you're not doing a real job because you're not like torturing yourself. So there's always like that sleep-in period that even though things are going well, now when I've learned those lessons, I still have that like innate, when you get back home the second time, I like hop up, like just being that irresponsible artist that's home all day. Like kind of like teenager without a job, like hop off of like, But it's so funny. I wonder if that part of my identity will ever like fade away, you know? But like also I felt
There's going to be time when
good
you
about my
don't
rest
have
today.
that. There's going to be times when you do have to set an alarm or I will set them.
Well, I mean, lots of times there is. Yeah, I mean, that's, I know. And that portion of my life, I am like extremely disciplined when it comes to that. And like if we have to do something, like I love it. Like get up and go and do, and like fuck if we're shooting or whatever, like I'm just down to clown. But so that's why I do really learn to enjoy and embrace my rest days, whatever they may look like and however they may manifest. Yeah, sleeping in with Ralph is such a delight. Holy fuck. He is just undeniably like a little like, oh my God, let me just touch your back leg and like you're warm. And he's like, dogs are like the perfect temperature.
He's getting so cute every day.
He's more cute.
More and more cute.
This is my best
friend. And he looks
friend.
at us. I'll show you. Come here. Look
God,
at the people.
he's so good.
Look.
That's so good.
Look at him.
No, that's cute.
You can't look at him for too long, otherwise your eyes will start tearing up because
That's
he's
cute.
too cute.
Oh, so comfortable. Let me
Look.
see Toots. He says no.
Kiss.
Oh, he's such a good boy. We're so lucky we have Ralph. I had him out for a beautiful walk, and I was just chilling with him. He's off leash, and people are just like observing the miracle of me and Ralph walking by. And some people are like, "Whose dog is that?" And I walk by, and I'm like, "They're just wild in this region. It's hilarious." And as I go up, he has this beautiful psychic relationship with me. I was walking across the street, and he's off leash, and this guy literally rolls down his window, and he's like, "How do you train your dog like that?" And then I was like, I literally stopped, took my headphones off. I looked the man dead in his eye, and I said in front of everyone, I was like, "It's a psychic connection. You have to trust yourself." And he's like, "That's crazy," and like rolled up his window. It's quite a beautiful thing when you see us walk by and people are very reactive and cute, and we're kind of just strolling around Toronto like the stars we is. And Ralphie is just such a bundle of light and joy.
If I could like be inside your body but as a witness, as not as like
As a
you
guest, yeah.
as a guest, just like seeing everything you see and everything you feel but not in charge of what you're doing.
Oh, it'd be a great trip.
I would choose you. I would choose you to do that in your body because I have sometimes I'm like, how are you?
I'm just living. I'm just out here.
No. You're so willing.
So I gave this man the keys and I moved on. And then, yeah, it was just such a delight. And I was with Ralph at Trinity Bellwoods Park, where we often like to sit especially when the sunset's coming. I sit on that hill overlooking the dog bowl, and I'm just like chilling, and Ralph looks at me a little bit and gingerly says hi to one guy, and then says hi to a couple and one girl and the dog, but he's looking at me and checking in before everyone and kind of scurrying over. And if I say Ralph, he'll just sit down where he is. Please let me play with my friends. And he's just there to spread light. And like my t-shirt was like that, and like after one dude met him, he's like, he looked back, he saw my arm, he's like, no way that's him on your arm. And I was like, way. Yeah, that's my guy. That's how you can have him off leash, because it's proof. It's like, oh yeah? That's my dog for sure. That's sweet. And then he's like, that's commitment. I'm like, changed my life. Ralph showed me how to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Nice dog. Help me. One of my best gurus in this life. Oh yeah, by the way, I've been going with that. I've really been enjoying that. I love you so much. I love you. Every time somebody challenges you, like Winnie's my biggest guru in my life. Every time somebody challenges you or shows you a discomfort that you're holding, they're your guru. So when you get mad at them, you're submitting to them, and you're allowing them to teach you that with them in view, with whatever reality they bring with them in view, you can't stand whole in your peace and allow that. And I know that for me, when I see someone and I'm feeling discomfort, I'm like, what the fuck? What's a weak string in my fortress that this is like, only gonna last so long, So I just like, I'm attempting to adapt the perspective of every time somebody challenges me or pisses me off or something or triggers me, I'm like, you're my guru. You're my guru. Like, for right now. So, like, whatever you have to say to me, whatever reflection is there, I'm going to look at it, like, not personally, but, like, as though through the unmasked veil of time has been pulled back, and I'm, like, almost listening for clear symbols of, like, where this is coming from, what it means to me on a subconscious level, and then, like, trying to do the math cognitively so I can release it. And then, it works half the time, and when it does work, it's like, oh, thank you. Like, I'm no longer mad. not. But yeah. But they're the guru. They're your teacher. They're your biggest teacher.
I completely agree, and I'm trying to learn a Wayne Dyer piece on exactly that right now. But his cadence is so unique.
I know. I love his voice.
I'm having such a challenging time with it. Oh yeah, I just wanted to. We're drinking some kombucha here, folks. Ginger lemonade. Oh, I didn't know this was a ginger lemonade. I thought this was straight up ginger. Okay, so on it says certified raw, and then underneath that it says could promote favorable gut flora.
Well, because I can't say guaranteed.
I know, but that's. I don't think you should say that at all. Could.
It does.
I know that it does, but if you can't say it does, just get out of here with that. This could do anything. You could say anything. That's such a hilarious word to use on branding of a bottle for me. No? These are one of the things that I think is funny and no one else does. That's okay. Could give you the shits.
There you go. Leave with that. But it doesn't.
It doesn't. People often think kombucha gives them the shits, but it doesn't.
No, the food they eat does. Kombucha clears it.
Wow. 1.8 billion probiotic cultures per bottle.
Woo!
We can't even
There's
fathom
more of
that. There's 1.8 billion of something in this bottle. What? How? Because it's so small. Okay. Well.
Remember when we started a podcast?
Yeah, I remember.
How do you feel like having a podcast has affected your talking ability?
I feel like it's affected my talking ability in a pretty good way.
Of course it has.
I feel like I'm listening more, and I feel like I can better converse with like just regular people out at events because I've learned how to do that in our podcast and I think I ask great questions on our podcast.
You do.
And they just come to
Especially
me.
when you have
Sometimes they
guests.
just come to me. Sometimes I think of them beforehand, but it's cool for me when they just come to me and I'm like, oh, this is a good question.
Nice to slow it down. I think that's when I watch like a lot of podcasts, it's like we spend a lot of time like in movement and conversation moves, and I love that, and it always naturally will, but it's nice to like zone in. My motto lately has been go deep.
It's not mine.
No.
Like, I don't like getting deep.
Right. I had a big head. Anyway, yeah, but no, in terms of like where to place your energy, like don't go shallow with like a bunch of things. Like use your energy to go deep and really like focus on one driving force at a time. That's just my thought. That's how I'm feeling. But hey, this has been about an hour.
Okay,
We
cool.
did well. How do you feel?
Do you want to pull a tarot?
Yes.
I pulled a tarot this morning, and I love and hate tarot because I'm always hoping for an answer that I know I won't get, and I never get it, and I always get the exact truth. And it's both hilarious and enraging.
Okay, so you have been a little more triggered today. That tarot hit you in the ego dick, eh?
Yeah, I got death upside down, followed by
Is that not listening? Basically?
no.
Is that about like old patterns? What's death upside down?
It was, yes, you're right.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, be
you are
careful.
experiencing deep inner change, letting go of an aspect of yourself that is no longer serving you and making way for something greater. Do not resist change. That's what I got this morning. And I'm like, well, fuck, I said it this morning sitting here. I was like, I don't want to resist. I'm not like, I know that I am. Like, I can feel it. It's like, you know, when
Your ego's running the show.
it just gets stuck, like something in the system just gets stuck, but I don't intellectually want it. So this, I'm sure I'm on the way out now. I want change. I accept. Change is good. Change is expansive, and that can feel scary sometimes, but like overall, I want to see what is on the other side of change. I welcome it. So anyways, that's
See, the best fucking attitude I've heard all episode. It's so good.
somehow it feels like a dig.
I'm not digging. I'm saying that was great. When you get the fucking harsh from the tarot, when you get the truth that you can't deny, and it's not a human that you can refute and blame and react at, it's the tarot.
I know.
You have no choice. Say it.
Really?
You got to have a good attitude about it. I like to hear what you just said. Welcoming change, because you fight for the opposite.
Oh, yeah. And then I got the Page of Swords upright. You have a curious mind and love to ask questions and learn new things. You are a natural communicator and ready to take the next step to share your message with the world.
Good.
Yeah. So, since I've done tarot already today, would you like to hold the tarot to start?
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Love you, cards. Bless you guys. Thank you for listening.
I hope that you connect. If you're curious about cards, I hope that you figure out a way to connect with them. Start just by like finding some astrological people on YouTube, and it gets you kind of interested in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You follow a guy, right? Shout out the guy you follow.
Minnow Pond Tarot.
So good.
Yeah, and I just found out
Sweetheart.
like 4 other people at my yoga studio follow him too.
Nice. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Am I doing my eyebrows right?
Yes,
I just want to make sure I'm doing them right, though.
you are.
I do my eyebrows right?
Totally.
All right. I can't think of anything else to say, but I'm having
Having
a
a really
really,
good time.
really good time right now.
Me too.
Did you like the giraffes?
Did I like the giraffes?
Yeah.
Giraffes.
Did you like the gorillas?
I love them.
Did you like the bears?
Yeah.
Did you like the parrots?
Yeah.
Do you like the monkeys?
Yeah.
I love that. Love on the spectrum. Shout out Tanner.
Tanner.
Love. So fun. Okay, thanks, guys. That was really good. Winnie, how do you feel?
I feel good. How do you feel?
Respectively, from when we started the episode, we're basically generations and worlds away. It's like somebody started saving money with Warren Buffett, and intergenerational wealth has made it into our lineage, and we are that manifestation now.
Hopefully our review was okay.
Guys, go check out our Irie apple fritter pre-roll reviews. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Go check it out. I think it's okay.
I think it's okay.
Yeah. All right.
I think everything's going to be okay.
Keep on keeping on, guys. 'Cause
Everything's working out.
What else are you going to do?
Every
Just
day is a miracle.
give it a shot.
Feel.
Love you guys. Meditate for sure, though.
Meditate.
And, have those beautiful conversations with yourself. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Bye.
You ever see something so true that you couldn't unsee it? Something that you just knew would serve you. Whether it be self-awareness, plant medicine, a lover, a career. That's what we get down to here. Welcome to Disciplined Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness. Spark up or don't, and enjoy the show. Glad you're here.